Okay, so we have a real quick little mini read. It's already done. And this is a collective of karmics. There's karmic siblings, karmic films that are, it depends on your story, past, present, future. Y'all know the drill, okay? Be grounded and practical. But anywho, karmic fem siblings that are, they are both concerned and terrified here. Okay, so what we had come out was like currently, if this is applying, they could be hiding this though, because again, they have to put on a brave face. You know, y'all know how this goes. Rarely are you going to see this kind of stuff displayed. Okay. They are concerned here, and it could be because collective you and someone else has taken the opportunity to look into something, you know, expose something, you know, the truth. And they're concerned that people are going to see that they took every opportunity, the things that they took every opportunity to do to many, that, you know, they're going to be looked at as, you know, thumbs down here. Okay. For taking opportunities to do all this toxic stuff they did. But some of the main things they're concerned about over here is this. Okay. It says here that hermit mode or isolation has made someone stronger, and that you'll see why soon. Okay, so the isolation that you were in and maybe somebody else became stronger. Okay, it did not have the intended effect. Okay, and it looks like there's a masculine that is sending some kind of energetic message to feminine that says, I hate myself for what I did to you, what I've caused you. Then it says the one they least expected was the real monster. And then it says tower, 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 chameleon, they come and go. Now, when I asked, like, I said, well, what are they so, I know they're hiding it, but in truth, what are they really frightened of? What's the deal? And the first thing that came out, go figure, was gonna be this: the great fortune going into the reverse. And I've said this for years, okay? When it comes to like these karmic types of readings, their number one primary concern is gonna always be material based or image based. It was not, oh, I'm concerned that, you know, my children or my grandchildren are gonna suffer and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't none of that. Mm-mm. The first card out, their lead is about material. Okay? So what we had come out was they're concerned, they're afraid this great fortune is going into reverse, whoever this wealthy man is. Now, I have to say that wealthy man could be, they don't necessarily have to be wealthy per se, the way we might think. Okay, that's just the deck. This person could just be prosperous, okay, or grounded, established. They don't have to be like stinking filthy rich or anything, okay? But it looks like they're concerned about something coming to an end with a wealthy man. They're concerned about prison. They're concerned about going to prison or what somebody's going to do when they get out. Because I have concern, oppression reverse, and then the King of Cups. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this could be anybody. We have high honor in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And as I was doing the reading, it had the Queen of Pentacles, but on the card it had feminist mother, ain't no good. Okay. And then the King of Pentacles came out here that says feminist father ain't shit. Okay. And the Nine of Cups is coming into reverse, and it's something with the elites. Like this person was working with elites, with the group. Okay. And it came in reverse. Let me see what it says here. Elites. are being demoted. Oh, okay. So they're frightened and concerned with some kind of attack or spiritual demotion for too many violations. Okay, that some of this stuff is about to ricochet, that they're not going to have any kind of protection here, that they're not going to be able to wiggle out of this karma, because this is a family that has been able to wiggle out of repercussions for their actions on the collective. They've been able to gaslight, cast illusions and confusion with people. They've been able to do that, so they're worried that they're not going to be able to have any protection for themselves, or stop this ramification hitting. Okay, and it could be to do with 3 plus masculines here, because it has possibly feminine's father and 3 men that feminine could have dated. And then it says major changes in a negative way, Ace of Cups. So they're concerned that possibly they're going to get into trouble for poison. We had 7 of Cups show up too, that they were poisoning people. Yeah. And take this as it resonates. You know what I'm saying? This could be people that was already sick. This could be people that they dated. This could be people that they set up. Okay. Because it looks like they're worried about going to jail for something that they do to lift burdens off of themselves. With this 10 of Wands in reverse, like the things they've been doing to lift burdens up off of themselves, possibly to a King of Cups. Now this King of Cups could represent, we already have 4 men. So this King of Cups can represent 4 men. It can represent 4 plus men, or 1 in particular. Okay. So this could mean, you know, if they had set somebody up and that person took a fall, and they're concerned that when they get out, this dishonor is something that they're going to pay for. Look at the towers, this tower that's coming, because it said the one that they least expect. Who was they? I don't know. But it's always like that. The one they least expected was the real monster. Okay? Whoever this man is, because I kept saying, who the hell is it? I keep saying that when I see this card. I'm like, who this motherfucker? But he don't necessarily have to be rich. And so that's something I understand now. It's like, okay, he could just be somebody accomplished. He don't necessarily, you know, have to be filthy rich or nothing. He could just be like somebody that's business savvy, good investments, you know what I'm saying? So she could, her first concern was this great fortune go bye-bye, wealthy man. Okay. I don't know if the wealthy man gonna go to jail or if the wealthy man gonna put her in jail. Because she's concerned. She's concerned. Yeah, it's dishonor. It's dishonor on the board. And they've been able to evade karma, or at least to a degree. And I'm not going to even say karma. They've been able to evade consequences to a degree. Okay? They've been getting some shit, but to a degree. And some that includes like why people have gone through such major changes in a negative way, including the collective. This could also be what they were doing to somebody's child, Ace of Cups, you know, a baby, a child, somebody, you know, that's loving. But it's also what they were doing to someone's love life, or, you know, offering a cup of love to people, but it had poison. You see what I'm saying? Illusion, disloyalty. With the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, this is somebody, on this card, it said that a feminine was attracting dedicated, loyal individuals that would be, you know, reciprocal. It's in the reverse. So this person's concerned that all of that stuff that they did to cause disloyalty to the collective, to cause stagnation, to cause, you know, regression and loss. It's all gonna, it's dishonorable. And it is. It is. It's dishonorable what they have been doing. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is their stubbornness, but it's also trying to unaliven. Regression, trying to get somebody weakened, trying to get somebody to not be able to stabilize, or trying to get somebody to be seen as someone unstable, doing things to create the instability. Okay? Yeah, elites are involved. So, yeah. That wish fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? Gonna get that ultimate. She, you know, Nine of Cups, he cups. Came in a reverse. Huh? It says feminine's father here on the King of Pentacles. As we were shuffling, it had the Queen of Pentacles, and it said something about feminine's mother. So it's definitely something to do with the parents, for sure. Okay? And there is a masculine somewhere that hates himself. I don't know if he's in jail or it's just something that's burdensome. Whatever the case may be, he hates himself for whatever he has caused this feminine, because it looks like he partnered up with this family to cause problems. She knows that there is an impending tower. She knows. And she knows that this dishonor, they can be covering it. It's got 4 men on the board. I don't know what she did to the 3, because it's something to do with feminine's exes. So feminine's exes, maybe plus her father. That somebody's going to find out the truth about what she had her hand in pertaining to feminine and her exes and her own father. Child, with that 7 of Cups, see, Cups that came out, poison, the Knight of Cups. It says seduce, poison, bitch. That's why I put Nurse Ratched. Listen, don't take this lightly. And if this is not for you or you're reading it, then it's not you. This ain't about that. Okay? But there's energies literally in the background that's addressing the situation or looking into it. So if this is not you or your story, then there's really nothing to worry about anyway. Okay? This is situations where no matter how secret it is, whether people want to accept that or not. And this could be why, you know, I told y'all, I'm telling y'all, people put on a good showy show. Perfect plan. Perfect plan. As of late, I've been reaching out and emailing and contacting folks, and I'll continue to do that, because by the time it hits, by the time all of the stuff, at least in my case, I'm going to have a trail. Yes, I am. One bigger than what I've already got. I'm going to have a trail, because it's going to reflect. It's like, okay, so it's going to prove that everybody is lying up to date. That's number one. So people won't be able to kind of backtrack and wiggle, like, well, I didn't know until, whoop, and nobody's going to be able to do that, because then it's going to pull up, okay, so didn't plaintiff, attempt to communicate and say, hey, is there anything that was ever left to me? Didn't they attempt to reach out to get some clear and straight answers about stuff? So you knew by then. How come you did not? See that? That's a part of it. That's a part of why I'm doing it. Because it's like, very well, if I'm going to be gaslit, if I'm going to be lied to, I'm going to have it documented. On top of, if I am ignored, that's going to be consent. I'm going to have that documented. Because again, attempt to remedy, often collectives, you all are accused of not, attempting, but we do actually. And it's just not something people want to do. When you are scheming and you're trying to save face and save your own ass and you want to keep, then you're not interested in that. Remember how I said sometimes people be a part of these secret groups and the way they recruit people and how this is unfortunate, how they convince, because they're very convincing. Okay, if you were to go to people that's already burdened, if you think about this, you go to somebody, a group, a family, a person, they're already weighed down. They're burdened down with life, finances, children, in-laws, outlaws, health issues, money issues. Like, I'm not saying these are excuses. I'm just painting a picture of why they target certain folks. Okay? Somebody that's young, let's say somebody that's young and they never really had nothing. They're struggling. Why something like this would be appealing. And in some cases, there are people who really, I don't want to get into that, but but they present to these folks, if they got any ailing people, members of their family, elderly or sickly. Because those are the perfect crimes. It's going to look too suspicious. It would look way neon flickering light suspicious if something like that were to happen to somebody that was in pristine health in their youth. You see what I'm saying? It would make people want to kind of raise their eyebrows like, okay, I don't know now. But when it's somebody old, all of us is going to default to the fact that we're all going to die sometime. We came and we're leaving. And that it's standard, by way of some kind of ailment. And if somebody's disabled, you know what I'm saying, then the excuse is put under some kind of umbrella with that as well. So it's the perfect crime. And when that's not the case, they will try to manufacture it, which is essentially what they've been doing with me most of my life. Trying to create that scenario so that when it hits, it will be something, once again, that looks like, you see that? So if you're Nurse Ratchet, if you're Nurse, what's her name? It won't let me do it. How do you, did I miss something here? Oh, maybe I have to do it like this. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. This is something different. I'll look into that in a moment. But again, I share this for the collective public, humans, whatever. And it's because, again, as a survivor, my son, the things I've experienced, many others, it's not just me. I understand the way this stuff comes off and looks as a very delicate type of thing. You don't want to really be fast and loose with this sort of thing. But the thing about closing and like closing your eyes or having a blind eye, willful blind eye to things, and sticking your fingers in your ear, closing your eyes, la 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 la, like that approach is why this is what it is today. That approach, people taking that approach, is why I got that far in the first place. People keeping pertinent information from the collective, okay, so that they could have done something for themselves. The fact that people wanted to hide all of this stuff, because behind the scene, then you have those other energies trying to make pretty damn sure that can happen via manipulation, spell work, bribing, blackmailing, bullying, distractions, all sort of things, because everybody's got their mouth closed. The way you deal with these things is deal with them. And I think that's going to be a lesson for a whole lot of folks by the time this thing finishes out or wraps up or ends towards the end of the year, or whatever. That, yeah, you don't appease this. You don't cover this up. You don't make deals. You don't do any of that. It's going to be backlash. It's going to be pushback, but it's better to have it that way than to have this continue on. Many innocent lives continue to be affected, on top of because this energy doesn't just wake up and decide that they want to be decent. They don't decide. People that are like that and participate in this stuff typically are not just going to wake up because I feel bad. No, they do not. They don't. This is why they can pull it off to begin with. They do not. Okay? They get upset because they get caught or think it may ruin their reputation. Like in this case, this person, they're just worried about, you see great fortune in the reverse. It ain't had shit to do. It wasn't, I'm concerned about, I hurt somebody's heart. I'm concerned that my kids, my grandkids may suffer because of me. It was none of that. It was great fortune in reverse, lead. Wealthy man. With karmic readings, that's always priority. That's always the first that they're worried about. Child. And yet they continue to persist. They continue. That's why I'm smiling at this point. I'm like, they persist. Them and their little minions and shit, their little crews and cliques that they've managed to recruit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it is what it is. They're persisting with spell work. They're persisting with plots and plans and schemes. They're persisting. When I do videos, they get to going. They get to talking, they get to DMing, they get to doing spell work, they get to doing all kinds of shit. And that was a part of the plan to basically bully me. You know, some of the things that they did to me could be similar for y'all. You know, if we attack her enough, if we attack her children enough, she'll stop, you know, because we're going to do this every time. All that did is piss me off. and make me really want to execute some shit. That's all that do. Because that's still bullying. This is what the world needs to accept. That's still a form. It's covert, it's passive aggressive, but it's still bullying. It's, you better shut up or we're going to. But the funny thing is, they're doing shit anyway. So it's like, well, what are you doing? You've been doing shit. You're doing shit anyway. You're doing shit whenever. So what do you mean? You better shut up. What do you mean I better? See what I'm saying? Entitled bullies. Bullies. Okay. So collective, hey. Oh shit. Yeah, they don't got this. Look, it came in the reverse. They do not. And you don't have it alone. You know, I think you've been doing it alone because you can, and because you wasn't gonna just sit back. You realize that a lot of humans are cowardly. They can't help it. You know, it's the conditioning, it's the programming, it's, you know, a lot of things. And that they will, at the end of the day, it's gonna be about saving themselves, even if it's at your expense. But it looks like you have some support. But yeah, they thought they had this in a lock. It's in the reverse. They thought this shit was on the lock. Don't be afraid to dream big is in the reverse. Them big dreams is coming down slowly. It's funny how they're coming reverse. Yeah, weird. Crossing, Ten of Wands is, what does it say? Inhale courage, exhale fear. They're scared. They're having, uh-oh. Child. And these people also was, like I said, been punking you, been doing this intimidation tactic shit in the dark. That's why you lost respect for a lot of folks a long time ago. It's like, oh, come on, Boogie, man. I'm going to need you to... Oh, come on now. We bad, you bad. Come on now. Stop using your pawns for about 5-10 minutes. Just 5-10 minutes. Stop hiding behind your society. 5 minutes. You're taking breaks, collective. You are doing that to recharge. They didn't want you to feel like you could, but you are doing that as you're guided. But I think right now, they're tired and wish you would. It fell on the phone. Now, they may need a break. They may be feeling like they need one, or they wish you would so that you would get off of them. Nah, it's too late. See, the collective of feminists were pushed with the last straw. They were pushed. A lot of feminists, because of that Empress energy, they are gracious and they take losses and they move on and they rebuild. Even when it's unjust, even when there's foul play, they go on graciously and deal with it and rebuild. But they're tired of that. They've come to the understanding that these energies aren't going to stop trying to follow them around the world until they stop them. They're not going to stop using their power, their positions, their resources, their connections. They're not going to stop being sneaky, outsourcing their abuse and stalking and they're not going to stop. So even though they have that ability to do it, the collective is like, no, because you never, how do you grow and excel if you're always starting over? If you're always cleaning up a mess that you didn't ever really make, how do you build upon something like that where you're always, and that's what they had sent to the collective and recruited people to be a part of. So that they wouldn't really have time to do any of their healing or to heal for their kids, or to be able to even invest in all of the things that could assist them with that. How do you, they wanted something to talk about. They need to feel superior. They need to feel better than. And a part of that is by sabotaging the collective. So that's why Feminine said, last straw, I'm going for the juggler. I'm going in now. I'm going for the juggler. Because again, these people couldn't leave well enough. They couldn't. Them and their entire posses, whoever all the motherfuckers is, the prospective motherfuckers, they could not. They couldn't let it, they already stole this, we stole that, boom, boom, boom. They couldn't just go, okay, well, we stole something. Yay, we stole their house. Yay, we took that from them. We took that house or the money, whatever. Yay, they should have let it drop right there. They might have had a saving grace if they did. They should have let it drop. But collective's like, nah, too many times. Collective ancestors probably. It's like, no, you were never supposed to let it slide anyway. Because it's not okay. Yeah, you can build, sure. That's not the point. It's not okay. It was given or left to you for a reason, and it's valid, and that's the bottom line. It's not okay. You and your children may not have gone through certain things. You may not have been exposed to certain things had people been as decent as they pretend to be. So it's not okay. And as long as we let folks continue to slide with that shit, just like a kid, you give them an inch, you'll take a yard. Narcissists aren't very different. They see they can get away with that, they're going to push further and further, and again and again and again and again and again and again. We're going in for the juggler now. We're going to put our foot on their neck. Like, see, it didn't have to be like that. It didn't even have to be this way, but it is now. It is now. And now you're going in apartments and shit, bitch. You done lost your mind. Shit. You're going in apartments and government agencies. You done lost it all together, bitch. To have proximity, that's some sicko wacko shit. Look at, okay, so yeah, they're trying hard to put up a fake smile, boy, but it hit the flow. It hit the flow. It says tap into your magic. You know that these people have been sending you magic, you know, because they don't like your smile when you're happy. Like you basically broke the code, what these people been doing. Because you're naturally charming. There it is. They hate it. So that's why they were like, let's fuck up their life. Let's make everything. Let's attack their kids. Let's do all this. I mean, because anybody that bleeds is going to have some kind of attitude. Anybody normal. So let's just fuck up everything and let's see how much they're smiling then. They didn't want people to see you that way. Yeah. They didn't want you to have your fresh start, and it's coming in the reverse. Because of that, they kept trying to stop your new beginnings and your fresh starts here. But you're the author. It says, I'm the author of my own life. You took authority over your life, and these are people that just don't like that. They just don't like that. So, let's see what's going to happen with the wealthy man real quick, and some kind of encouraging message for you. So the wealthy man, that these collective of karmics concerned, they're concerned about whoever he is, whatever that represents. They're frightened or concerned, but what's about to happen pertaining to whoever that is? Or they are the wealthy man. A message, I saw it. Okay, a wealthy man. Saw the message. Oh, he is. Okay, so he's about to get possibly a message that's going to piss him off. Either he got one or he's about to. That's going to piss him off. Knight of Swords. And maybe that's why they're concerned. Okay, well, then that makes sense because it said that they're concerned. So maybe they know this person, okay? Empress, Strength, okay? Why Knight of Swords? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Why is this wealthy man in the Knight of Swords? Why is he in the Knight of Swords? Wise Counsel, Taurus, and then Emperor in the reverse, and then Knight of Cups, because this has gotten out of control. This has just got out of control. It's going to be exposed. Seven of Swords in the reverse. He can't believe that this person is narcissistic, a bully, a control freak to that extent or something like that, as to try to stop something here. Wise counsel. To try to use God, religion, traditions, authority figures, to try to play God in somebody's life. Wise counselor. He can be getting some information from an authority figure. Queen of Wands in the reverse, because she's a toxic witch. Doing spell work, sex magic, seducing people, or doing shit to people because they walk away. Or he told her to walk away. He could have told her to listen to wise counsel and walk away from something. Yep. And with the Hermit in reverse, because he's going to realize this person, he should have followed his insight, his instinct, or he should have went with them and shouldn't have jumped the gun on something. But he could also be angry because he's realized this person is a loose cannon. They do not have any insight. They do not go within. They don't know how to take, hey, we said, let's walk away. Leave this alone. Leave this lady alone. Leave this empress alone. Eight of Cups, Empress. Leave her alone. Stop trying to take out an earth angel. Stop trying to frustrate her. Stop trying to cause her sickness. Her and her kids, leave her alone. She's dealing with enough imbalances. Leave her the fuck alone. Yeah, because she has to take care of somebody that's possibly, yeah, because there's going to be bad karma here. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Nine of Swords. Told her to walk away from trying to do that shit to her kid and her. Yeah, told her to stop trying to break this lady's heart. Stop trying to get people to do shit. Yeah, stop attacking her because she defends herself. Seven of Wands. He's going to be like, leave her alone. She has the right to stand in what she's standing in. She has a right to defend herself. She has a right to protect herself. She has a right. She shouldn't have to be dealing with all this shit from you all. She's trying to get fairness in her life. Six of Pentacles. Ain't got to do with you, degenerates. Yeah. Justice was unfair to her. Yeah. He's going to be like, this is unfair to her. Fucking with getting the judicial system involved, crooks and all that kind of shit is wrong. Stop trying to get her in trouble. Stop trying to attack her. Stop trying. Yeah, he pissed. He's going to be pissed. And he's going to realize that she's like a Page of Cups. He's going to have to come to accept that this person in this collective read is actually a Page of Cups. They may look fancy. They may got a lot of shit. They're a Page of Cups, which means they're immature. They're liars. They're petty. Poison. He can be like getting a bunch of young people because he may be seeing like, okay, she was getting a bunch of young people to do shit. Like, that's wrong. Like manipulating weak minds and shit. Yeah, Six of Cups. Her own sibling. And recruiting people of the past who the collective had to block in order to get justice. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Lying. They lied about the past. He's going to be pissed because he's going to realize this person lied about the childhood, what took place in childhood, about the past, about their sibling. Good gravy. Yeah, he gonna be upset. Well, whoever that energy is, they not wrong about that. They not wrong about that. He is. Sure enough. Okay, so here is the encouragement for you. I'm guided to the Archetype and Energy Oracle for your positive vibe. If you are the honorable feminine in this scenario, encouragement for you feminine. So here you go. Because you've been doing the inner and outer work, alchemizing, remembering, aligning, grounding in, doing what you can do. Even as people right now playing in your energy, you laugh, and you laugh because you know they're going to get their ass beat as soon as you get off the phone. Yeah, look at that. The Alchemist. Alchemist came out. I told you. So look at you all, because you've been working on clearing out this baneful shit on you. You freed yourself. You know what I'm saying? These people aren't. It looks like it says they misuse power and knowledge. You didn't. And to this day, you don't. That's why they're in trouble. Okay? It says misuse of power. You are in this energy of transformation of base motives, goals into golden wisdom. Motives, intentions. Okay? Becoming wise. Being able to clearly look at what's driving you and motivating you as you're alchemizing, versus being a loose cannon, and every time you're upset at anybody, somebody leave you, you want to put a death ritual and shit. That's immature, and that's an imbalanced witch. Okay? And that's my humble opinion that I hold the right to have. Gee whiz, some, people leave. Life, they leave. People leave. They ain't trying to kill motherfuckers and shit. Because you provide strength and support to others in crises, you act out of love with no expectation of reward, and they're on the opposite side. You have shared information, a whole lot that has helped a lot of people, and you have not received not an ounce of reward. There are people who haven't even acknowledged that. But you do that from the heart. These energies, it says, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate and keeps the rescued needy. So they have a tendency to try to keep people indebted and, to them. And they have to pay back. And so it's like they did it because they wanted that person to give them something. Because you've had nobody rescuing you, you transformed your shit, you provided strength, you're getting something here. Addict is in reverse. You've broken some kind of pattern of addictions, and you've helped people do that. It says helps you to recognize and confront addictive behavior. You're being rewarded. Okay? You were dealing with your shit, and you've been helping other people do the same. And you got people to abuse you because of it. You got backlash, you got attacked, you got all sorts of shit. Because that's why a lot of these people are doing it. They're pissed because some people are no longer addicted to them or under their control and their thumb. Yeah, prostitute. Child. It says places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. You rose above that. You're in the light. It says accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Okay? You try to stay as pure as possible, checking your motives, checking your intentions, not exploiting. Because of that, because you didn't decide to, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and regress back into shit. For some of you, if you're a man, this is you, that you let go of prostitutes and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, Let's see how you're being rewarded here. The collective is being rewarded how? Alchemist. How they're being rewarded, or what are they co-creating for themselves? Manifesting, co-creating for themselves because of all of this. Alchemist. Okay, closing out a cycle, the world. Okay, yeah, people have tried to keep you in some kind of a toxic cycle. This is ending. Okay, somebody might be about to pass on. Yeah, the angel of love in the reverse could be about to pass on. And this is possibly people who've been doing magic on you and your children to cause you to pass on, to cause endings for you, to disrupt love and balance for you. So some of you, either they're about to pass on, or they're going to simply just be utterly removed out of your life, all this unloving energy. And then the angel of balance will be here as this is cleared out. Rescuer. Because some of you, y'all, you felt like, what's going to happen? What is it going to take? What do you do when you go to everybody and everybody look like they cross-eyed inbreds when you try to tell them what the hell is happening? What do you do? What's got to happen in order to get this to cease and desist? Sometimes that's what's going to have to happen, because it ain't going to happen otherwise. Let's see. Yeah, you got somebody that's coming in. You didn't have anybody to help you or support you or regarding this, but there's energies that's going to be supporting you as you continue in your strength here, because you were supportive to others when you didn't have shit. Okay, you led a lot of people and without a thank you, without an acknowledgement, without nothing, and you were fine with that. But you're being honored because of it too. While you were hurting, while you were struggling, while you're being abused, while shit is happening in real time. Yeah, the man holding coin in the reverse, like these people didn't step up, they didn't do anything. All these materialistic people didn't care. Yeah, somebody's about to communicate something to you because you spoke the truth and you were abused for it. You were bullied for it. You and your children were attacked for it. Yeah, prostitute, all tied up. So it looks like this person may be fencing to go to jail. Okay? Because people are trying to sacrifice you and bind you up and tie you up and get you caught up. What you need to know is somebody is about to do something. This person may be going to go to jail, or, like I said, they're about to do something to where this person just can't keep, because she's envious. Yeah. So that they can't just keep finding a way to find new people that they can outsource shit to. Because that's all they've been doing. No matter where you go, what you do, you know, they just find a way. Yeah, and your balance will be restored when this person is tied up. There may be a binding. If this is spiritual, energetic, there could be some higher ups that's going to do that, because maybe it has to be done by somebody higher up. I don't know. They're going to energetically like tie her up, or she might actually go to jail. You may tie her up, you know, bind her up, you know, I don't know. But that's when the balance is going to be restored. Or it could be this man that she, this wealthy man. A King of Cups, possibly man holding heart. Mm-hmm. Because they ain't going to stop. They're never going to stop. Yep. Other people's heart is being activated, so folks are going to start walking away from this energy. She's going to get tied up or bound up or put in jail. They're going to restrict money. Temple path reverse. Yeah, buddy. Community. They're going to realize like this person is nothing what they think. Yeah, this person had attachments, was trying to attach shit to you, was trying to chain you down. Yeah, they was trying to drain the life out of you. So basically with the sacral chakra going in reverse, this person is not going to be able to continue to fuck people for energy. She's not going to continue to be able to do weird energy work and siphon your energy or your children's energy. Was trying to block your creativity, was trying to block you from being able to have connections, building and creating. Yeah, door to value is in the upright. Yeah. They were attacking your crown for sure. But this person is going to be looked at as nutty. 41, crown in reverse. They may put her up somewhere when people start seeing the truth here. Like she's got some kind of attachments. And yeah, you'll be able to finally rest. And maybe they're going to put her to rest, like put her somewhere so, you know, like, girl, shit, you like, can't nobody rest until y'all tie this motherfucker, because they going to keep at this shit. They're going to always find a like narcissist, sociopath, psychopath somewhere. They're going to always look for anybody who has ever hated the collective or had an issue. Yeah, you'll be able to finally rest. And it says woman holding the heart. Yes, you'll be able to heal your heart. Door to value. Yeah, manifesting through your heart. The garden and the gate. Yes. Because these people kept tampering and tampering. So that's good. Door to spirit. Yeah, they may go. Like, it, contractors in the reverse. Okay, jail or not here. Okay, so that's the encouraging. There's communication here. You know, you suffered for speaking about abuse. You got abused even further. And there's going to be energies that actually can see that and recognize, like, you got abused because you spoke about abuse. You spoke about what they did and what they were doing, and they piled on. And then they got a lot of people involved who also have that same type of issue to be willing to do that, and also have a hankering for money. Okay, so there you go. They scared. Possibly hiding it. They ain't wrong about old boy, whoever that is. They part. Okay.